Computer. So thank you for being on our call tonight. For most of you, you've been on 2 prior calls, which were outstanding. So for the people who are going to listen to this in the next few days, I'd like to recommend you go to Tamara Hunter's YouTube channel and make sure you listen to or watch the call that had Sam Reed on as a special guest, because it was outstanding. Some of the ideas that she gave us, wow. You know, I wouldn't say that I've got a lot of spare time, actually. I just choose not to with my lifestyle and helping the grandkids and all that. But I thought, it doesn't have to be networking or anything to do with Juice Plus. I might even go to a cooking class or something like that. It's just who you get started talking to. So it's just never dawned on me. And also, personally, I haven't done enough work on social media groups. Like, you know, I was looking for things that were to do with Juice Plus, but that's not necessarily my values or my tribe. So I was just thinking of all the different things, you know, like even shoes. I'm sure there must be a shoe group somewhere because I'm a shoe girl. So no, that was, to me, that was very inspiring. So if you didn't listen to that one, please do. And let's get on to tonight's call. I'm going to keep tonight fairly brief because we've had some awesome calls already. What I really want to do is explain to you what's going to happen. I've just had a message from Tina saying she can't get on the call, but I had a fabulous cuppa with Tina today in South Perth, and I gave her some flowers on behalf of us all for doing such a good job at running the calls the last few weeks, because I think the consistency is good. And I was asking Tina about some things, and she gave me some great feedback. And I almost feel as though Tina gave me a get out of jail card free. Because you can imagine every Monday I think, oh, what am I going to do tonight on the call? And I usually don't decide till about Saturday, and I usually don't do much prep for it till about Monday afternoon. But I've been in the business long enough so I don't really need to do a lot of research on it. But what Tina was suggesting was not just asking people, but allowing people to step up, allow people to step up and be a leader. So she actually said to me, first of all, she said, would you like me to alternate with you and take some of the pressure of doing the Monday night calls from you? I said, well, that would be lovely. She said, I don't mean me necessarily to do them, for her to do them. It's just organising. Say, for example, she might ask Nicole to come on and be a guest speaker for 15 minutes of it, how she speaks to people and brings your anti-aging and skincare into it. So I'm just throwing that out as an example. Or she might ask Michelle to come on and talk about what the schedule is, what the rundown is for one of her smoothie parties. Or she might organise something that's interactive like I've done tonight, and several people are going to give their sixpence and offer to help a little bit. And I thought that was fantastic. So that's what we're basically going to do. And we're also going to try and get guest speakers on. So we have a little bit of an issue with some of my great contacts over East. So it really is too late to ask them to come on a call at 11:30 while it's daylight saving. And even quite frankly, at 10:30, it's quite late as well. And I've now found out about a Dubai call that I'd like to be on at 10 o'clock our time. So that's, you know, it's another long night. But as far as guest speakers go, they're fantastic. I mean, I remember I went to a birthday party for Natalie Baldock, a lunch, and I sat opposite Sam Reed and her husband, and we actually each shared a lot of stuff. And I remember even that day a few months ago, I just gleaned a lot. So guest speakers will be the go as well. So tonight, and very important to me lately, duplication, which you all know is I'm on the bandwagon for it. Yes, we're trying to go to great heights by June conference, but we cannot do that unless there's duplication and also whether there's growth. So we have got new people coming into the team, and just very quietly, I put a promotion in today for Craig. He's gone sales coordinator. So I'm even building that leg, and it really is exciting because the people who we put under him, they're all just doing a little bit. And it's really made me realise, because there's a few of the people who are in Craig's little growing team, they've actually voiced to me that they don't want to do sheep station things. They're just happy to be where they're at. And I've appreciated that. But we've made sure at least they've gotten to DD. So it's always good to listen to people. So I think we could rave on about the product, and you've all got a product story. So is there anyone here who on the product they have had no, like, what's the word I'm after? Like a response, no great things come out of it, or they felt things, bonuses. Has anyone not felt any bonuses by being on Juice Plus, product-wise? No? You've all felt something? You're all looking like stunned mullets.
Oh, we wouldn't be taking it otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
We'd still take it.
Well, the interesting thing is, Nicole, I take it to reduce my risk of the nasties. So even if I didn't feel anything, I would still take it. But so I thought the reason is everyone's got a product story. So if they don't have a good product story, you just need to go to the front of the starter guide and have a look at the cues. And it really is easy to make your product story.
Right. Could you just give me 10 minutes, please? Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, love. I could put you on mute. I won't bother because I'm sure it's okay. There's only 6 of us tonight. So basically what I want to say is that there's 2 ways to do your business story. This is your business story. What is a business story for? A business story is something for you to use, 1, to your warm market, 2, to a total stranger at a barbecue or somewhere, and 3, if you really think about it, it's part of your belief in the industry and the product and the company.
I'm not on mute.
Yeah, I've just muted you, love. Okay, so here we go. So a business story, if we were going to go to the, I'm sure all of you probably jumped quickly into your starter guide today, did you? And had a look, oh, what are those cues for the business story? Because most of you will come from your heart and you'll have a business story planned, and it's something you probably use all the time. Here's the point though, you're going to have brand new people coming to your team. Your business story isn't their business story. So they might listen to Tanya and say, yeah, I've got a great little team growing and I put quite a few people on and I help them in the first 40 to 60 days get to the first or second level. We've been having a lot of fun and all that. But that new person can't use Tanya's business story because it's not their story. So what do you do for duplication? And particularly, just say Tanya she wasn't a giving person like she is, and she didn't train her new people, and her new people didn't think that they could keep going up the line and asking one of us. Those people are going to go to the starter guide. So the starter guide for your business story, they have cues. First of all, I was excited to share Juice Plus with us because, and it gives you some examples. I was attracted to the Juice Plus business because, and it gives you some examples. What I see for myself and my family, and it gives you examples again. So just those examples it gives, I was excited to share Juice Plus with others because, and this one example says, once I understood the value of nutrition, I felt a responsibility to share this knowledge with other families. Or another one would be to say, everyone needs to eat more fruits and vegetables. So I found myself already sharing information about Juice Plus with others, even though I wasn't marketing it myself. I just believed in it so much. And then the next one where he or she was attracted to the business was, I've always wanted to work from home and I need a financial plan B. Or you might say, I want more control over my own life, or I see it as a wonderful opportunity to make a difference in the world. What I see from myself and my family, they give examples of extra income, more family time, staying at home with my children, paying for their university education, or myself, my own university education, contributing an additional $500 to the household income. How would you spend an extra $100 or $5,000? Remember that one, guys. That is a brilliant thing in a bit of a chat to actually ask someone. Just put 2 scenarios out there. Let me ask you, what would $100 or $200 a month mean to you? And let's get excited. What would $5,000 a month mean to you? Well, that opens a whole new ball game. So what I want to say to you right now, even me just going straight from our textbook, our starter guide, is this starter guide powerful? Like, I haven't thought to ask that question for a long time. Mind you, I do that when I am talking to someone who's just about to sign, or I'm hoping they'll sign. I usually use the $500 or $600 mark. I just say, what would an extra $500 or $600 a month mean to you? Indeed, later on I can ask you a question. What would thousands, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 mean to you? But just for now, what would $500 or $600 mean to you and your family a month? So that's always a good one. So what I did today, and before I ask you guys to share a little bit, I worked it out, just really doing it like textbook from the starter guide. But really, because I've done this for so long, and I guess I've got the confidence, and it would be different every time, I basically use things that are working for me at the moment. So if I met someone today and they said, what do you do? Because that's where your business story tends to come in. Because don't forget, all you're doing, you're being polite to someone. You might have said to them, oh, like you're at a barbecue, or where do you fit in with Sally? Say Sally is the hostess. Where do you fit in with Sally? Oh, my kids go to kindy with her kids and all that. Oh, fantastic. Do you live close by? So you're having a chat, and then when you finish doing your asking questions, just having a chat around that, it's human nature, unless they're incredibly shy, to ask you back as a courtesy. Oh, where do you live? What do you do? Yada, yada, yada. So if that happened to me, if I'm speaking to someone and there's an opportunity to talk business, and I do that opportunity all the time, if they say, what do you do? I always say, I am so lucky. I work from home. I've actually done that for 18 years, but my background is cancer nursing. I'm so blessed. I run a team of people who are mostly stay-at-home mums, just people who want to make a difference in their life but not go out to a 9-to-5 job. And we just have a lot of fun, and it's actually a win-win thing. We market a health product, and the company pays us for referring people to them. We actually don't do a lot of the work because it's not one of those things where you have to buy a lot of stock. But you don't buy any stock. You're not expected to. In fact, we tell you not to. The company, you're just referring people to the company and putting their orders in and then looking after them up to the sale. So all of you heard me say that. Did that sound pretty easy and off the tongue? Yeah. So you put your story into it and have a listen to this recording afterwards and see if you can just, or even tonight, write a few notes, see if you can just do an ad-lib business story. But if not, if you're not confident yet, if that's not your style, if you're not really extroverted yet, you can always be an introvert who is extroverted when they need to be. And I learned that from Natalie Baldock, and we actually learned it from a course we went to ages ago. So I'm just going to read to you here using the cues in the starter guide. And remember, you're a brand new person. They certainly don't have my confidence. They don't have your confidence. But hopefully you're going to get a few people who you just know straight away they're going to do well. So you must impart to them how powerful the starter guide is. And you need to work with them. A lot of you who've got people under you, think back. Did you ever really, really sit with them? Or have you sat with them and worked out their product story and their business story? And look, I'm always happy for anyone to pick mine to bits, because the one that I'm going to read out to you is probably way too long, particularly if you're trying to do it in a stolen moment, like in a queue at a shopping centre or something. But using the cues, I'm just going to share with you. So if they say, in the conversation, I'll bring this into it. Way back when I started, I was excited to share Juice Plus because I knew that myself, my family, and most of my friends needed the product. It was always going to be a win-win situation. I was attracted to actually sharing Juice Plus because I knew from my cancer patients that they needed it, and I knew you couldn't buy it in shops. This company already had amazing people following it all over the world, and in Australia they really needed, and we still do need, more distributors. I was keen to, for me personally, I was keen to ease out of shift work, especially night duty, and I knew anything that I earned meant for me personally more travel, more lifestyle choices via that extra income, and I've had so much fun since. What I see for my future, and in fact, what I see right now, is this amazing freedom. I've got no set hours, I work from home, I travel, I have nice things, and the contentment of helping others be successful is second to none. And all that time that I'm bringing that income into my household, I'm having fun. We're having fun. We have a great team. Our sale, and then this should be the take-home thing for you guys to use at the moment. And this came directly from Celine, and I've said it before. Our sales the past 12 months have more than quadrupled. And I'd love to show you how easy it is. We so need you. So if you or anyone else you know would be interested in finding out about it, I'd love to sit and have a cuppa with you or a glass of wine. In fact, this Thursday night, I'm going to a doctor colleague's lovely home in W, and we just do a really informal presentation. Would you like to come along? Feel free to bring a friend if there's safety in numbers. We don't push you into anything. We just have a lot of fun. So how was that? So that was long. So in a stolen moment, you couldn't do that. But you could condense that if you really weren't the confident type and just go on. But make sure you use that. Our sales have more than quadrupled in the past 12 months. We are screaming out for distributors. So we just want everyone to come and have fun with us, because we learn as we go and we have lots of giggles, but we've always got lots of support and lots of resources. And it's not like some of the other things out there where you have to buy stock. The company does most of the work. Most of your efforts is in looking after your customers and being the messenger. We're just paid storytellers. So I think that's enough from me. Now, please, everyone know that this is a very safe place. So would anyone like to share one, either what they do say, and it might not be exactly what you say because you're probably like me, it just comes from your heart and from your head and you just say it, or you can actually use the cues, you can read it, I don't mind. Would anyone like to share what they do say or what they, around what they would say? Anyone like to put their hand up? Oh, Tanya, you little beauty. Thank you. Love your pink lippy, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'll read, I'll do it so it's duplicatable as well, Hill, and I'll read off the starter
cues.
guide. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, I was excited to share Juice Plus with others because I was so impressed with the benefits: increased energy, increased immunity, better skin. And I also knew that there was no way to get that amount of fruit and veggies into my kids. And I knew that there'd be others out there struggling. And for me, this is the cheapest and safest way to get fruit and veggie into their diet. I was attracted to the Juice Plus business because after being a stay-at-home mum for 4 years, I wanted to contribute financially back into our household and also be at home with my kids. What I see for myself and my family, and this is something that I probably don't say often enough, but is an increase in health, increase in income, which gives us a bit more flexibility in our lifestyle.
I think that was awesome. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. For that last bit, Tanya, if you don't say that a lot, tomorrow when you've got a minute, say it into the mirror 5 or 6 times and just put it into your conscience. So it's just there. Because that really is terrific.
I just, need to put that out more, I guess.
Do you know what I'm imagining there? Imagine if Tanya was speaking to another mummy who was working 3 days a week, dragging their kids to and from daycare, picking them up maybe at 6 o'clock at night in winter when it's dark, and all those things. It's got to hit some chords, income and flexibility. And I would say also for any of you who are really sort of coming along from the lines of a young mummy and being a stay-at-home mummy, always maybe say a little bit, if it's true and if you feel that way, that you felt that when you were out of the workforce, there's no way you want to go back into the workforce, but by doing Juice Plus, you felt you found your identity again. Because that's a real thing at the moment. A lot of people feel as though they're not as important as they used to be, which is rubbish. You're more important as a mummy, but you know what I'm saying. Tanya, that was fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you. Anyone else like to share? Oh,
Yep,
Mel,
no.
I'm so proud of you. Go for it, Melzy.
Well, with my product story, can you hear me okay?
You can, yeah.
Yep. So with my product story, I've had some really good health benefits from Juice Plus. So that's generally what I plug. So I go on to say like that my family's got hereditary conditions such as high blood pressure and Hashimoto's disease, which is hypothyroidism. And you wouldn't think that looking at me and being a personal trainer and stuff. People are quite shocked, and it's not like you don't talk to friends about your sort of medical conditions unless it's sort of life-threatening. So when I bring that up and say that, because I've been on the product since 2010, and now after 4 years, I'm totally off all my medication. So people sort of go, well, okay, well, that's pretty powerful. So that's really where my product story goes. And then the business story, it sort of depends who I'm talking to as to what I say. Like today when I spoke to a friend, she's going through a divorce and doesn't have that extra income anymore. So I was speaking to her about, because she wants to have her son's like really important to her. So I was saying things like, you know, it gives you really great flexibility and you can work from home and you can still go to your son's sport commitments and you can just work around your family life because that's what's important to her. So I try and make the business beneficial depending on what's important in people's lives. So, yeah.
Beautiful. That's a really good point, guys. Listen to what the cues that they're giving, what you're actually doing, Mel. If you don't know them terribly well, you're probably being a master asker, asking the right questions. They're giving you some answers. They're actually giving you some cues, and you're telling them what they need to hear. That was awesome. Thank you. That was really fantastic. So anyone else? One last person to share.
I'll share if nobody else wants.
Bless you. Thanks, Michelle. Go for it, baby.
So with the business side of things, I normally say to people that the reason that I decided to join the business was because we had such great and immediate health benefits from taking the product, and the results that we actually got from taking the product happened really quickly. And because of that, I knew that there were other mums out there that didn't know that this kind of thing was possible. So I wanted to join the business so that I was able to tell other mums that their children didn't have to be sick and things like that. And I usually go on to say that when I first joined the business, that I only ever really wanted to do enough to cover the cost of my own product so that we never had to be in a position where we couldn't afford to have it, because I could see the benefit to Harry and myself for taking it. So I didn't want to ever have to worry about not being able to afford it. And from there, the business actually has just grown itself. So even without trying, you know, you speak to people and you tell people how great it is, and word gets around and your business just starts to grow, and you kind of have no choice but to throw yourself into it because you're so passionate about it and people are so well receiving. So that's usually what I say.
How fantastic was that? Thank you, Michelle. That was brilliant. 3 totally different things. Like, really, you started and you want to be able to pay for your own product because that was very important to you. And then you became so passionate that, you know, you just had to keep telling people. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So don't remember, guys, if it's appropriate, just say, look, and like Michelle could finish hers with saying, I've definitely achieved that. So what I earn has well and truly paid for my own product. And now I've got extra money coming in. And I intend to make it a whole lot more. I've seen a lot of examples where people have helped so many people and they've helped themselves. And my next goal is to be able to totally pay our mortgage, something like that, something that's important to you. I mean, how impressive would that be? You know, I've already definitely mastered paying for the whole family's product. Now I've got extra money for nice things in the household income, and my next goal is to totally cover the mortgage. After that, we're going to get a new car. Put it out there. It's probably true. what you want to do. After that, we're going to get a brand new car, and I fully intend Juice Plus to cover that. So for me to do that, I'm building a big team, and I'm very excited to say that I've got a list, and I thought of you, and I thought you would be brilliant. So I don't want you to feel pressured or anything, but boy, we're having so much fun. And because sales have quadrupled, it's now more than ever that we really need people. So just try to keep putting all those little nuggets in it. Okay, beautiful. Any questions from anyone? Any questions? No? Okay, so just to let you know, so there'll be a little bit of a revamp of our team calls. We will always have a team call. And I have to say too, I want to plead to everyone on this call and those who listen to it. Tamara tonight came out of surgery at 7:15, so she couldn't actually get home in time to even see her babies go to bed. She does that call at 7:30. It is for new franchisees or people who've got a new franchisee to get on. So, for example, Tanya would get onto it and possibly did with Carolina, or for anyone who just wants to have, you need to listen to it 2, 3, 4 or 5 times. You really understand it and rock solid. What I'm asking for our team is to really, really support it, even if it's just yourself. I know it can be a difficult time, but just numbers, because it probably wears thin sometimes when there's not many people on it. As most of you saw, that 8 o'clock call was outstanding, and we've had a bit of fun and learning here as well. So even if from the whole evening you learn one thing, it's worth it. And that's the reason why we put all the calls on the Monday night. And it was interesting today as well. I spoke to Abby Horo, actually, another NMD who's doing really, really well. And they've done a little bit like us, even though the individual team are doing little events here and there and product ones and smoothie parties and Sullivan Jar, all that sort of thing. They literally go to, on a Tuesday night, they all go to Nats if they want to go there. And on Thursday night, they have it at someone else's. And if it's closer by, they encourage people to go to Tamara. So basically all we have now, guys, is Monday night we have our 3 calls. Tuesday night you can go to Nats if you want to. Wednesday night, what do we have Wednesday night? Is something on Wednesday? No, nothing on Wednesday night at the moment.
Facebook Live. Isn't there a Facebook Live?
Oh, Facebook Live, yeah, just various things. It won't be every Wednesday night. But Thursday night, I literally now spend my whole week building for Thursday night. And those people who were really keen but couldn't come last week, half of them have already got an invitation from me today, and I'll keep working on it tomorrow. Because it is a series of exposures. Just because you couldn't get someone last week, until you feel you're harassing them, keep trying. Keep trying. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of things. Also, just to let you know, I'm not sure if any of you I don't think we've made an announcement yet, but on Friday the 24th, Saturday the 25th, and Sunday the 26th, Peter and Louise, owners of the company, are coming over, along with David, the fellow who runs or helps them with Nutrition Plus. And it's going to be a building belief in the company for your prospects. So stand by for flyers. Tomorrow's getting those organised. So basically it's going to be Friday night. It's going to be a big open thing. It's going to be upstairs at the Wembley Hotel, where we have Adam Westwick and the other guys. Saturday morning it's going to be something at Bronnie's house, and it's just mingling, and Peter will talk about plans for the company, etc. Perfect for prospects. And then in the afternoon it will be a cafe that tomorrow's organised, and it will be the same as Saturday morning. So try and get to either one, or you might go to both with different guests at each one. And then on the Saturday night, I think there's something at Nats. I've got something personal on, so I won't be going, and I'm not sure if that is open, but knowing Nat, it probably will be. And then on the Sunday, it's up to team to book in with one-on-ones if they want to with Peter and Louise. So once it's actually been announced officially, you guys can let me know if you want us to have a team meeting with them on the Sunday, and prospects as well. Or, there's nothing that we do that you can't bring prospects to, even if it's just a chance for that person to put some lippy on and go outside. I'm going to close my door because I'm here by myself and I heard a noise. I'm not afraid of that. I heard a noise. Don't know what that was. It's probably a cat. Okay, and what else is coming up? Oh, today I requested from beautiful Michelle, giving Michelle. Michelle is very, very successful at doing smoothie parties. So when Tina and I were chatting this morning, I said I would ask Michelle if she would not do a demo. She's actually going to do a team smoothie party where we come along with a guest or guests. At this stage, unless Michelle wants to have it somewhere else, it'll be at my home. If you want to have it there, Michelle, we'll drive all the way down there. That's fine. Whatever you like to do, but I'm happy to have it here. So we're going to have that on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. Hands up those who prefer a Saturday to a Sunday. We'll look at Michelle first too. I don't think she cares. Saturday or Saturday, anyone?
Sunday's probably better for me if it's going to be in the short term, because Harry plays cricket Saturday mornings, but once he's finished cricket, then it doesn't matter.
Okay, let's make it Sunday and we'll work on a few dates. The other thing that I'm going to do, and I've said this before and I'm going to do it, I'm going to speak to Tamara and Jen Burkhead and Ange Haywood and a few others, and definitely get this CLT Shred 10 workshop, a live workshop, off the ground. We'll probably do it at Mount Claremont, and we'll probably do that on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon, or quite frankly an evening. It doesn't really matter, but for those people coming up from Mandurah, evenings, it's a long way. So there's some really good things to look forward to. Who's going to conference? Wow, and you're thinking about you, aren't you, my love? Carolina.
I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Good girl. We'll get you
I'm gonna
there.
try and get there. I'd love to get there.
Yeah, we'll work on it with you, honey. All right, well, I think I'm going to stop the recording.